She's an internationally best-selling, award-winning British author of romantic comedies. Her latest book, which just came out, is called It's Getting Hot in Here, a funny novel which includes a woman in midlife and her travel right now going through perimenopause. My guest is author Jane Costello. Jane, thanks so much for being here.
It's great to be here.
All right, I want to set up the character. Lisa Darling is a TV executive, type A, twice divorced, has a teenager, a grade schooler, supports a best friend through breast cancer, and has a romantic relationship as she's going through perimenopause. Where did this idea come from?
Well, I've been writing books for years, like literally 20 years now. And I wrote romantic comedy for years and years and years, and stopped for a while when I got to my sort of early 40s, because I thought all the characters I was writing about were sort of 27, 28, and obviously I didn't feel like I related very much anymore. So I wrote a different type of book for a long time. But then I got to my late 40s, and I'm a big reader myself, and I found myself looking around and thinking, I really want to read a book, like a really funny, smart rom-com, but with a heroine my age. And I thought I couldn't find one very easily, so I thought I'm going to write it.
Why did you talk about perimenopause and menopause? And you're among the first to do so.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the UK anyway, and certainly I'm seeing this here since I've been here, it's just become a really hot topic. And, you know, 5 years ago, it feels really hard to believe, but we hardly talked about the menopause. And now it's on people's agenda, which is, I mean, you know, fantastic. You know, how brilliant. It's so overdue. And I just wanted to be part of that and write about all the things that, I mean, I'll be honest with you, you know, I'm this age, I'm 51 myself, and there's so much material to write about.
It speaks to midlife, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
How did you become a writer?
Oh, I was a reader first. I just always loved books, and I tried for years to write my first novel. I mean, literally a decade before I probably succeeded. And it was while I was on maternity leave with my eldest child, who's now 20. So this is a while ago, and I just came up with the idea for a novel, and to cut a very long story short, it became a runaway bestseller in the UK. But you know, I've written sort of, this is my 15th novel.
Congratulations.
But this is my first time I've had a US book tour. So I've been published in 26 countries, but this is my first time I've been here for a US book tour. So I am super excited.
So how's it going?
Amazing, amazing. Everyone I've met has been absolutely wonderful. I've done lots of bookshop talks and various other events, and it's been completely wonderful.
And what are women of a certain age saying to you about this book?
Well, it's all been very positive. You know, everybody seems to be glad to see a woman of that age. You know, late 40s, early 50s. Obviously, you know, people who've read rom-coms when they were younger, you kind of reach a certain age and it doesn't really speak to you anymore. But I think that there's a couple of things that people say about this book. Number one is it's relatable, and number two, it makes them laugh. You know, it's a huge celebration of midlife, and the idea is that, you know, we celebrate everything that's great about being middle-aged and laugh at anything that isn't. So yeah, people are loving it so far, I'm very happy to say.
All right, 15 books, what's next?
It's a follow-up to this. This has gone down so well.
So the same character?
It's not the same character, but it's set in the same world. So it's a different, there's a huge storyline involving, I mean, the great thing about midlife is we all have, you know, you have these friends that you've had for years and years and years. She's got this amazing sort of solid friendship group. And yeah, so it's another one of the friends. So it's all set in the same world, but yeah, it's another one of the friends.
Thanks for doing women in midlife big favors.
Oh, well, I'm doing myself a favour. I've just loved writing about it. You know, it was, I can honestly say, of all the books I've ever written, this was the most fun. And I think that hopefully will shine off every page when people read it.
Jane, so lovely to meet you. Thanks so much.
And you,
thank you. And if you'd like to know more about It's Getting Hot in Here and Jane Costello, go to WTNH.com or the News 8 app.